Hey everybody, so I am actually feeling much better today. I have 100% strength in my legs, and my upper body is about at 95%, 90 to 95%, so I can brush my teeth without having to lay down in the bed afterwards. So that's pretty awesome. And I have been taking this opportunity to load lots and lots of videos from the cruise into YouTube on my channel, so that's pretty awesome too. Finally getting that stuff. My plan on the ship was to actually load that as I was going, but that never happened because of the Wi-Fi connection, so that's pretty cool. And I've seen a lot of you guys doing Facebook Lives, and with everybody being at home, it's kind of neat to actually have a little bit of a connection to other people. So for all of you that are sitting at home thinking that there's absolutely nothing to do with your kids, maybe come up with something to do on Facebook Live, because it will give people something to do and something to watch and something to participate with, whether it's creating a craft or whether it's walking people through something that you've done during the day or something like that. If you have a skill, maybe get on Facebook Live and kind of entertain your the people that are trapped at home and stuff doing absolutely nothing. So I thought I actually cleaned my room. I hadn't been feeling very well, let's just put it that way. The day that I spent in the hospital, I could not open my eyes. I felt like my eyes were really heavy. I could hear what everybody was saying, but I couldn't actually open my eyes. And my legs were not working, my arms weren't working, I couldn't walk. I was so dehydrated, got like 3 bags of IV fluids and still couldn't pee. It's been a rough 2-3 days. It's been a rough long time, but yeah, when I collapsed at the airport, that was, it's been kind of hard coming back from that. So anyway, so I'm going to I actually felt good enough to clean up my room, so I'm going to show you guys what a perfect angel came to my rescue and gave me food. So I have a ton of food, so that's pretty cool that she brought all this food. And I can't even tell you, this is a little tiny refrigerator at the hotel, and it is so stocked full that I don't think that I could get anything else in it. So that's pretty awesome. And hold on. Alright, so if you guys have questions about anything, now's the time to ask. And I know a lot of you guys aren't going to see this when it's actually live, so because I'm not telling anybody when I'm going actually on live. So if you have questions, put them down below in the comments thing, and I'll answer them as best I can. I am still in Atlanta for so I have a record for my journal and stuff like this, because all this is actually my diary. Is I am still in Atlanta, and today is, I believe it's Monday. And I think that's the 24th. I'm not sure, but I think it's Monday, and I'm still in Atlanta. I cannot get home right now. I was advised by the hospital to stay in a hotel for at least 2 nights, which I think I've done that now. But given the fact that my blood work showed that I did have a virus, I have made the decision to stay in Atlanta and not to travel, so I'll be in the hotel room. And had a couple complications, medical stuff that was not related to the flight or anything like that, so like a UTI, and my lupus has kind of flared up a little bit too, so just gonna stay here for the time being and not really go anywhere. So I'm staying in, not going outside the room. So I made a little post on my page for you guys, so if you have a way that you can help others, or if you have a need that you can't get filled for whatever it is, there's a lot of people sitting at home who may have some needs and they're kind of stuck, especially I think in Fredericksburg, they're going to be shutting down all non-essential businesses after 5 p.m. tomorrow. Things like that we would normally think of, having all the time, like car rentals and things like that. There's a lot of things shutting down, and just like when a part of the body shuts down, when they try and do this kind of maneuver in response to a virus, the shutdown can actually be more dangerous than the actual virus itself. So it's really, really, really important during this time that everybody's checking on their neighbors, especially those neighbors that are elderly, that are weak. I know when I was in this bed, I was too weak to actually find food, and too weak to actually get out and or to get on my cell phone and find. I couldn't even get a cab. Like, I couldn't even find a cab on my phone when I was at the hospital trying to get a hotel. There's simple things that seem really simple, but if you're an elderly person and you don't know anything about the internet and you have survived all of this time without the internet, and a lot of these elderly people they have no access to the internet. They have no access to iPhones and stuff like that. My mother-in-law still doesn't have a iPhone that she uses. Those people are extremely vulnerable right now, extremely vulnerable, because they're used to just going and getting what they need or doing what they need to do, and that might not be so easy to do right now. So if you have a neighbor, and I know we're not supposed to be like outside and doing all that kind of stuff, especially with the elderly, but if you can make a flyer and put it on their door or something, with your telephone number, anything like that is going to be so important, because you don't realize how shutting down, like if you shut down the liver in the body, the whole body dies. I mean, I don't think that they quite get this yet in politics, is that you can't just say, okay, I'm going to close down this sector and that won't affect the whole body. And Jewish people, you guys know what I'm talking about because you teach this all the time, but we're all connected. So you can't shut down like a kidney and say, okay, everything's going to be okay. We're just going to shut down this kidney and we'll live on just this one kidney. It just doesn't work that way. So it's going to be so important that get on Facebook Live, and reach out to those people, especially those people that you don't usually hear from. I know we have a neighbor that has, that's older. Her husband died, and I worry about her all the time. But there's people like that are going to be everywhere, and they're elderly, so if they're listening to the news, they might be scared of going out and getting stuff like that. So even getting to the CVS to get their meds refilled, or simple things like that. You young people that have healthy immune systems, doing some of those errands and stuff. I know trying to find a thermometer has been impossible to do right now. So for those people that can't get out, and even for those people that are self-isolating, I know all you business owners are like, I don't have anything to do. Try and look at what skills you have, what knowledge you have, and what's lacking in this, because right now they're shutting down everything. So if the kidney was doing this job, and you got this skill, then you can take over that function of whatever it is that they're shutting down. So if it's and I know that they tend to think all these people that are actually working in these essential jobs, but you shut down all of these other things, and those people don't have the child care anymore. They don't have the access to this or that they needed in order to do their job. So these people that are doing these essential jobs, they have to have all of the support systems that they had in place prior to all of this in order to be able to do that job. So please, please, please get out there and be the kidney that they're shutting down. Be whatever it is that they're shutting down, so that those people that actually have to be out there working can actually do that. I know it's, people they're panicking, everybody. They're saying all these numbers are getting so big, but you have to remember, we've had no test till now. The only reason that you're getting positive tests right now that you didn't have 2 months ago is because the only reason it's different is because we actually have the test. So I know that there's a New York doctor in the ER that was saying that they've been seeing non-A, non-B pneumonia deaths since last August. So chances are all of this is exactly the same way it was a month ago. The only reason you're seeing increasing numbers and increasing deaths is because now they have a name to put to the deaths. Now they can actually say this person died from the corona instead of this person died from non-A, non-B flu, pneumonia, which has been what they've been doing. So please remember that. Please don't panic. Viruses have been around since the beginning of time. We have survived viruses since the beginning of time. The virus and these hospitals, they know how to deal with viruses. They do. They deal with viruses every single day. There's nothing special about this virus that can climb behind their masks that's different than any other virus that's out there. Absolutely, it's no different. It doesn't act any different other than the fact that the symptoms might be a little bit different and the way that it affects the lungs might be a little bit different. But as far as them being able to protect themselves from this virus, it is absolutely no different than them protecting themselves from any other virus that's out there. So please remember that. Please remember that we are designed to do this. Our healthcare system is designed to deal with viruses, and that yes, we're wanting to do exactly what they're telling us to do because they probably are not telling us all the information. They probably don't want to panic us. They probably don't want to scare us. So they're probably, just like the Costa Luminosa, are hiding little pieces of information, which they think that if they hide them, we won't panic as much. But I know that, and we all know that if they hide information, that we're all very intuitive and we can tell that they're hiding stuff, and that makes us even more panicked because we see the response that they're taking. They're saying, and yet they're saying that it's a virus, so they're acting one way, they're saying something another way. We can tell that there's something up. We can tell that there's something that they're not telling us, so we're panicked because we know that they're not telling us the whole story. So yes, do what they're telling you to do because they probably are hiding pieces of information that would make us really freak out, and maybe they're not, I don't know. But do exactly like they're telling you. But please, please, please watch out for your neighbor. Get out there. Oh, you don't have any sound. I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix the sound, Judy. Is anybody else hearing me? I don't know if anybody else can hear me or not, Judy. But please, please, please get on Facebook Live. Do these little videos. Like, look at all of you guys listening and watching this. It gives somebody something to do. You can focus on somebody else. I don't know. I'm not very good about, at least right now. I might be better when I'm really bored as far as coming up with some kind of topic to do on these Facebook Lives. But, try and get out there and, number one, check on your neighbors, check on people that you know are vulnerable, especially those people that don't have access to Facebook, those people that you know are elderly, that don't do social media, those people that are not actually savvy on phones, on cell phones, do all that stuff. But anyway, so I don't know kind of what else to say other than I just wanted to check in, and now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I can kind of get on the video. It's been a while since I felt well enough to do this, but love you guys and have a great time.